Bring that joy. Bring that joy. Bring that joy. Bring that joy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Tech Forward Talks with your amazing tech community builders tribe. And today we are very, very excited to have you back joining us live again. And as is in our tradition, we would like to hear from our audience. A few people tuning in now, 8 people alive. That's very exciting. Tell us where you are watching from. Where you're watching from, what part of the world are you watching from? Because we usually have like a wide audience from all over the place, and it's very exciting to get to hear from you. I'd like to give some shout out to some of our audience in the comment section. It will be my pleasure. While I wait for your comments and to roll in, I'll tell you a bit about Builders Tribe. So Builders Tribe is a tech community here in we started out in the Middle East, Doha, Qatar specifically. And right now we're building a tech community out here and we currently are the bridge between the GCC and Africa. And our goal is to create this community where founders can feel like they belong. They can meet people who are like them, driven, talented people, collaborate, inspire each other and work on projects together. So personally, I believe that great things happen when people meet each other. And today I'm very excited to bring you another episode of Tech Forward Talks. Guys, if this is your first time or you're a repeat listener, you need to subscribe to Builders Tribe. This is a great time for you to hit and smash the subscribe button. Come on, you need to subscribe because we have these videos, we have this episode, these webinars rolling out every end of the month, and these are very powerful topics. And today we have an amazing guest with us today as well. But before we bring him on, we'll give some shout out. Samuel cannot wait for us to kick off. We have Real Samuel Olu. Samuel Olu says, hi, everyone. We have teams watching from Nigeria. We have people watching from this is Budapest, Hungary. We have people watching from Doha, Qatar, our home base. This is very exciting. Guys, today we have a special guest with us today. His name is Abdallah Badra. And Abdallah has like a background in product and senior product designer. And today we're very excited to have him join us today. And our topic today is how startup founders can build products that users keep coming back to. Growth by design. Okay? Growth by design, how startup founders can build products that users keep coming back to. If you're a startup founder, you're thinking to build anything, the core or the foundation of whatever it is you build is how often people come back. You use Instagram, you use TikTok. These are products that make you come back to them. You buy a particular product that you like. What's your favorite shoe brand? What's your favorite clothing brand? These are products, okay? But specifically, we'll be talking about digital products today and how to build something that holds users' attention. And we're very excited to welcome Abdallah. Hello, Abdallah. How are you doing today?
Hello, everyone. Hello, Michael. It's really a
Yes.
pleasure.
Good
And
afternoon.
so we're gonna talk today about like products, how we can make the user come back. I think this is the most important. Like for most people, they see after the first month they have a lot of users. The second, the third month, okay, what happened? Where are my users gone?
All right. So, Abdallah, would before we kick off our conversation, would like to know. We like to ask, as in our tradition, we like to ask our guests, what is the most adventurous thing you have done?
Adventurous, something
So
I
are
have done.
sports? Have you skydived before? Have you hiked Mountain Everest? What is the
Y-
most exciting thing you
Yeah.
have done?
So it was previously my job. They required me to improve their performance of their website, improve their loading phase performance. Like most of the users, if they see a website that is slow, they will not go in. They will like directly cut out. So I had like the score of like 9 out of 100, and like I'm able to optimize it until 90. Instead of 9 out of 10, it was 90 out of 100. So that was the first challenge, and that's why how I start. Like, really, you need to take care of your users, because if not, like, you don't have a business.
All right, that's good. So, would also like to hear from you very briefly. Tell us a bit about your story. Tell us about your background. What has your journey been like so far? And then we can get into like the proper official
Uh,
questions. What do you?
yeah, I'm a senior software developer, but I'm that graduated like from 2015 from the university and started working. The upside that happened with me as a developer, I've been working mostly with the marketing agencies, with stuff that related to marketing, users, leads. So mainly my behavior was a developer, but partly marketing part. So we need to take care of stuff related to the marketing department, related to users. And gone like as a developer, like I built like so many websites, mobile applications, CRMs, lead generation with Facebook, Instagram, chatbots. Like you built so most of the stuff, like we are like builders, inventors. But my perspective mainly was related to marketing, to users directly. We are seeing impacting how this is affecting our user. How are this affecting our leads? Do we have more leads or less leads? Users are coming back or not? Are Google happy with us or not? Because of our website, we need SEO, we need performance optimization. So mainly was focusing more on the marketing department, see what the user want and give it to him so we can get our value back for the company.
Okay, so we'll just dive right straight into it. Okay, Abdallah. And one of the first questions I have here for you is this: how can founders build growth systems that are sustainable instead of depending on constant marketing pushes?
Okay. Um, okay. For that, instead of having, I got the question. So instead of having every month, every year, every month you need to pay for Google ads, you need to pay for Facebook ads, you need to pay for like stuff so you can still have your audience. Instead of that, you should go to the organic way to get the users. For example, you could work on your SEO inside of the website. You can create more articles, blogs that drive user directly to the website. For example, you can build a community on Facebook, on Instagram, organic social media. That's you can, instead of having always on marketing. And believe me, organic will give you more valuable users than ads. The coming that get that the people that going through your website or application through ads. So change the
Okay,
channel. Instead of having all on ads, change the channel, go to SEO, Facebook groups, and so on. So instead
okay.
of
So,
running one channel.
speaking of using very unique channels, so tell
Yeah.
us, give us an example of a unique channel you've used. So I hear people talk about Reddit. I hear people talk
Mm.
about them starting conversations on Twitter. What's one unique example that you have tried, you have seen?
Okay. Uh,
How did you pull it off?
Okay. For example, I will tell you, like for Reddit is very popular in like every product, every region, it have its own like highlight platform. Like for example, Reddit is very popular in Europe and America, but when you go to GCC, for example, they are not like very familiar with Reddit. Mostly are Facebook groups. If you want to like build like a community on Facebook and like have conversations, Snapchat have a very like high demand, especially here in GCC. Instagram also. So those يعني it's not like focus on all the platforms, just pick the one that is mainly used by your users in this region or area, and then you will get your results instead of focusing on every platform there is.
Yes, fantastic, Abdullah. But what I want to hear is, has there been a time when you have practically used any of these tools? So, have you used LinkedIn before? Have you used Reddit? Have you used Twitter? Have you used Instagram to push some of these narratives to bring people to like a product that
Yeah,
you have built or a website? So, just tell us about it.
yeah. So mostly for LinkedIn, we usually like to put like post Facebook on it. LinkedIn, you need to be keep engaging with people, creating news. For Instagram, it was mainly for us on the marketing part, uh, creating like helpful content for the users, but with direct links to your like. Eventually, you need to have them. How can I say, call to action button or like something that point out to your website, to your application. Uh, and you need to be like very simple. You're not necessarily supposed to complicate the post or complicate the content. Just be simple and easy, because user like keep scrolling and they don't have time. But for me, mostly we're using those platform was ads. For example, if someone like we use something called lead generation. I don't know if you heard about it in Facebook. And
Not yet.
uh, yeah, lead generation. So it was like a form more than like people scroll down and click on your post. So for lead generation, people will sign up and they will do a form. So they will scroll down. If they are interested, they will fill a form by Facebook. So the audience that we will drive from those will have more quality than a person like scroll down and click. So filling a form, it will take a longer time to the user, right? So if he take a longer time to fill that form on Facebook, so he'll be like more interested in your product. So we'll get more valuable leads.
All right, that's an exciting trick.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so this leads us to the next question. Okay. And what are the earliest signs that users are not finding enough long-term value in a product? Because usually,
Okay.
if a product team or an engineer can see these signs early, they
Yeah.
can begin to prepare for or make their products better. So, what are some of the early signs that users are not finding enough value or long-term value in a
Yeah.
product?
Mostly for that, we use something called Google Analytics that we implemented through websites, and there is other tools. But what we benefit from this, we will see the session that the user spend on your website, for example. Like if the user is spending 2 seconds on your website, there's something wrong. Even UI, even some glitches, it's loading too slow. And we measure also how many scrolls that the user have. For example, if you have, for example, all your user, 100% of your user are just spending 2 seconds on your website. So there is something wrong. Even the loading, even there is something. Your UX is very hard. User cannot find the submit form. Also, we put a lot of actions on the website. For example, if some user want to buy your product, we will see if he click on the add to cart but doesn't go to the checkout, what happened. So if we saw like a lot of people pressing on the add to cart, but we don't have any checkout, so there is an issue. Maybe the user excited, but he saw the price is not like very good for it, or the package is not like suited for him. So this is it need to be shifted from the design part to the maybe we reduce the package, have discounts. So you need to read your numbers. Based on that, you can act.
Okay, now this leads us to the next question, which builds on top of this one. Okay, now there are many reasons why this can happen, right? But
Yeah.
how can founders identify whether their retention problem is caused by the product itself,
Yeah.
markets, or the
Okay.
or positioning? Because it's like a lot of factors usually. Like for instance, in the Middle East, we saw what happened a few months ago when the whole
Yeah.
crisis broke out. So many
Exactly.
products, so many businesses were affected. Right, that's a very you see so many businesses declaring force majeure, right? This tells that these are circumstances beyond your control, has nothing to do with that. But so, how can founders identify whether this retention problem is caused? I think you've talked about Google Analytics. Maybe just dive in a bit deeper into that.
Yeah. So let me share. Can I share my screen? Just like I got a screenshot from.
Okay, you have to add it.
Yeah. Can I present my screen or it will not work?
Yes.
Okay.
No, so if you add it, if you no, you need to add the. Okay, go ahead, share your screen. Let me see. I can add it to
Yeah.
stage.
It is shared right now. Okay. Can you see my screen, Michael?
Yes, I can, but you have
Okay.
to go to the page you want to share. Okay.
Yeah. So
All right.
here like is can you see the numbers, right?
Yes, it's a bit. You have to make it big. Like you have to
Okay.
maximize.
Right now it's better.
Okay. Yes, it's better.
So here, like this is analytics from like a website that I usually work, and I have access to Google Analytics. So here we can see like this is the company that have mostly a direct traffic. For example, like we have 39,000 users that mostly are like direct user. This is traffic come directly from WhatsApp. For example, they have a lot of WhatsApp groups that they are share their news. This is a news website. So they mostly have a direct uh, users, but the problem was the average session of users is only 15 seconds. So this is was an issue for them also. So as you can see, most of the ads, Facebook, Instagram, the average session is very low. It's like 1 second, 2 seconds. So the user are coming to the website and then going out. The main one, I think, in this situation, you should focus more on Google Analytics. See, like the average session is much more, and organic part, they having spent more time on your users. I'm not saying this is the case, but in my opinion, if you're publishing an ad or something on Facebook or Instagram, here you can see, okay, I'm spending, for example, $200, $300 per month, but the users are just spending 2 seconds on my website. I'm losing money. So I need to find which platform can make me more, and which and instead of the numbers, you can make an act. Don't like how can I say? Don't panic or I don't know what to do. You need to go to analytics and see what's going on. This is Google Analytics. Another thing, I use something called Clarity. Let me. Can you guys see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can
Yeah.
add that.
So,
Okay.
so
Here you go.
yeah. So just to explain a little bit, I will not go through. Clarity will record the session of the user what they are doing on the website. So it will show you what the user did with the whole session, what he clicked, what buttons he pressed on, where did he go. This is you can monitor more about the product or the design part. If it's not related to that, or you can see the journey is all good, it means you have something with the ads, with the targeting audience. You are not doing your ads correctly. You are not doing so much content. So this is how you can differ between if it's technical or UI UX issue from the user side, or you need to focus more on how to you can target your audience or have a better ads or campaign, or you need to write more blogs to get more users.
This is so when I look at everything that you just talked about now, I can see how that you are saying that now my question says to identify what some of these retention problems are, you need to continuously gather data.
Yeah.
Okay. And now you showed us clarity, you showed us a dashboard that shows that, okay, yeah, some of these ads are bringing customers to this website, but they are not staying. Like, how can a customer stay on the website for 2 seconds? Maybe the website did not properly load when they tried to get into the website and they got distracted and they left, right? Right. So when if the problem is not ads, so let's assume
Okay.
the problem is not ads, right? What could the problem be with the product on the product side
Uh,
that would
yes.
cause that kind of issue?
Yes. For example, what I saw a lot, for example, in the form, for example, you build a larger form. For example, you need the users to be filled. You increase like required fields. For example, you need a user to fill out this form. Maybe a wrong UI UX. For example, you build something, a lot of animations and stuff, and users see a lot of things, and you get them confused. Keep it simple, basic for the design. And for example, if you want to build a form that you want the user to be submitted, don't add 10 fields or 20 fields that you want. Test with only 3, 4 for now. You see, you have users, and then increase the number by 2, 3. Like keep keep a place for testing. Like not to build a big form and then like waiting for like a Google form or on a website, for example, that have 20, 30 questions, and then say why the user are not filling it. Start with 4 to 5, and then little by little increase, so you can see which field are maybe, for example, a lot of forms, for example, that I saw. If you want like a user and get leads, when you are putting the phone number, for example, a lot of people don't want to put their phone number, so we'll get out from that form or filling a something. So that's why you need to test every part. It's A/B testing. I cannot like say, okay, we can build the product perfectly from the first time. This is the issue. You need to keep testing and keep trying small details. Sometimes I see a lot of UI UX issue. For example, they do a lot of animations, they slowing the website, and suddenly the user like gets bored. Okay, what I'm seeing this, what I need to do, like make things confusing. Keep it simple. Simply, we have something called keep it simple, stupid. But the user doesn't usually have time. He needs just to make it. He enter, for example, your website, your application for a purpose, and he need to go out. That's it.
Yes, I think there's one thing about this insight you're dropping is the fact that whether you're a business owner, you're a startup founder, or whatever it is you're building, you need to be excited about testing out things, trying out things, and seeing what works best. Even if something is working, you can always find out a better ways how it can work better, or ways in which it can work better. Right. This
Exactly.
leads to the next question that I have for you. Now, many products experience an exciting launch and then suddenly stop. What usually causes that drop off? So, product wise, what in your experience, what have you seen that causes this sharp drop off after an exciting launch?
For me, I told you, if you have a lot of users and suddenly it's drop off, it means like you have a bad UI UX or you have a bad something. To test this, there is a tool called Page Speed Insight Performance Part that is made by Google. It will check whether like for example, you have a good performance or bad performance, for example, on your website, on an application. And you can see like it will give you a score, it will give you a results, how you are able to. But for me, mostly, if you have a lot of users and you have so many people are visiting the first month and then go down, they are visiting your application or website, but they didn't get the value that they want. Mainly it was your UX issue, or the design is too complicated for them to have. Or like every business, for example, a restaurants, the first month when they are open, they have like the new something new, people go there, try it, never go back. What you should do in that case, send the feedback to your users, emails, stuff, get the feedback from them, know what the issue, what happened, why, for example, not it will be like, for example, did you like this product? You need to give them like just a feedback, or add a, if like you need to contact with your audience. For example, as I showed you in Google Analytics, you will see like how many users you will have, or how many, for example, if they registered the first month. If they didn't come back the second month, third month, you need to follow up with them, get back to them, send them maybe a WhatsApp template. We used to do that. Like, how was our service? How was everything? Is that good? How we can improve? Rate us, give us your feedback.
Yeah, from this insight you just gave now again, I think the product is when a product is good or when a product works, it's still not enough. We need to still find a way to combine a great product with great customer service and continuously supporting the customer, which is part of the product experience, I would say. All right. Our
Exactly.
next question. Go
Especially when
ahead.
you're calling the support and no one answer. Like, even the service is good, but no one helps you. Then
Yeah. So I think these are some like emotional cues that we have towards like product. Okay. Now speaking of emotions and how people feel around like products that they use or they pretty much maybe downloaded to solve a problem, right? What makes users emotionally connect to the product
Okay.
enough to return consistency? I think to return
Yeah.
consistently, I think
Yeah.
this is a very unique, is a
Yeah.
very unique
Yeah.
case. Tell me.
For example, we did this before. We created something called loyalty program. For example, you will group your user for something loyalty program, or if you guys want to have maybe news our products, what we do, any latest update that we wanna do, go join us this group, this something, this we will give you, for example, discounts. You need to make like feel that the user is uh, is going to a community. For example, Sununu is doing this here in Qatar. Like whenever you are building, they give you like special name, special. You are like now or something. Like they will give you some badge to you that you are this, and yani, they will like treat you like you are like very important to them. You are joined in this category. They need to put you like you need to feel like special. You are in the, for example, you are the loyalty program inside of this application, or you are a special user that getting special discounts no one knows in the market, for example.
I see. I think at the end of the day, we need to treat the customer like the customer is king, customer
Yes,
is special. When
exactly,
you speak of
exactly.
Snunu, this is something I see. Snunu has a special way. They even send you magazines sometimes when you order. They take birthdays very seriously. I think it's a part of like product experiences that founders can begin to explore. So, what if it's a startup that doesn't sell like products or deliver products like Snunu that delivers like grocery products and all? What are some examples or ways that founders or product owners can build connections emotionally with their products so people don't leave? Aside from loyalty programs that you've mentioned, what other tricks, what other industry insights have you seen that you can tell us about?
Okay, I will give you some example we used to do like related to real estate. Okay, so what we do in that loyalty program, for example, we have like this property that is like have a special discount, or this property is now exist in the market with a special discount from the dealer, from the owner of that property. If you want guys to check that out, is a huge opportunity for you now. We will choose to send those questions to the users, to like those are users that accepted us to have let keep sending news. So we give them deals, give them stuff to keep interacting. Maybe creating an event, for example, for all of them. Come join us, for example. Whatever you are offering, just give them like 5% or 10% discount, whatever you can, and they will tell each other. For example, like they will like this, okay, join this group, they have a lot of things that is good. If I don't know if that can answer your question. I give you something related to real estate. That was we are doing.
Yes, it does. It does. I think the real estate insight is good. I think whatever it is you sell, you can find a way to group your customers and have them here first, or always just have them coming back with a good discount. That is good. So before we move any further, guys, we'd like to take questions. Would Abdallah is here to answer your questions that you would have. Growth by design, how startup founders can build products that users keep coming back to. So if you have questions for Abdallah, please put them in the comment sections. We're going to be taking questions in a few minutes. We'll be taking questions and also connect with Abdullah on LinkedIn as well. Abdallah Badra, it'll be great to connect with him on LinkedIn and get more insight. You can ask him more questions on his LinkedIn if you have them.
Yeah, sure, sure. I'm totally open to it. No worries.
Abdallah, fantastic. So, my next question for you, right? At what point should a startup founder or a startup stop focusing mainly on acquisition and start prioritizing retention? Is there like a moment, or is this like a lifetime journey? What has been your experience like around this?
Okay, what do you mean by on mainly on acquisition and start retention? What do you mean about
So
that?
usually, like sometimes a startup founder can launch his new product and his goal is his first 100 customers, right?
Okay.
So he gets his first 100 customers, and he's trying to figure out these 100 customers, how to make them happy, make them stay. At the same time, he's juggling so many things. So maybe now he's now thinking, should he focus on only this 100, or should he think of how to get the
Mm.
next 100 or the next 500, right? So in your experience, what have you seen, or what do you advise as should be the balance? Is there a point where the founder should go, okay,
Uh,
for now, let me focus on making my current customers happy before I go for more, or is this a activity that goes on side by side?
Honestly, it depends on the business itself. For example, if you have for real estate, for example, if you have 100 customers per month, you are free. You have your target and whatever. Just focus on those. But it depends on the product, the return of investment that it have. If it's like you are not reaching the target that you have, for example, no, keep pushing the ads, keep pushing having more users. You will have more users that testing your website. You will have more about this until you have your break point. Or for example, every business of course need like return on investment. For example, when you reach it, you can stop, for example, the keep more end user, focus more on keeping those, for example, 1000 users, and then jump up to the next step. uh, for example, try on those 1000 users, for example, nourish them, give them idea, focus on them more, and then you can move the next step to have your next target or goal in ROI, or like because eventually you are a startup, you are building step by step. So the first target, have your like stability, you have all good, you don't owe money to people, you have your stability, you have your, for example, 1000, then keep them, nourish them, have everything, then move to the next step, because it's need testing. You need to test with those 1000, get to the results.
I think that that is very brilliant. So find a way to strike a balance as a business owner and focus on what is more important to you for each time. So we have some questions coming in for the audience, and we'll just take a few of them and we'll quickly wrap this up, right? So one question that we have is coming from Ajiri. Ajiri is saying, how do successful products stay useful after the newness wears off?
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Okay,
the
how?
product has
Yeah.
launched. The product has launched. Your friends and family that you have forced to come and use your products, they have come. The first set of customers have showed up. So your product is no longer the newest thing on the block. For instance, we saw how Snunu has been around, but Kita came and Kita was
Yeah,
making so much
exactly. Yeah.
noise, right? So that's like distracts customers, right? So how do successful products stay? How has a company like Snunu stayed useful after that newness, of they're no
Uh,
longer new, they're
yeah,
just
yeah,
old, but
yeah.
after it wears up, how do they stay useful?
For example, you need to find a new market. For example, like I'm new in the market. I'm building my, for example, this place or restaurant or whatever. Okay, of course, the first month of a new people are joining, my family, my friend have been there. But now I need to move forward to not related on those kind of people. I need to start my social media, my stuff on. I will not focus on the relative part. That will be, I will be, for example, joining other group, joining communities, joining, find a better market. For example, Sununu and Kita. What did Sununu did? It have opened like in Amman and Kuwait. They finding a new audience. Like it's not staying. Like it saw, like for example, Qatar is too competitive now. What should I do? I should target maybe another country. For example, if you are doing something online or a product, and now you are building only for Qatar, and you saw like after 1 month or 2 months, no point. Push maybe an ad for Amman, push an ad for Kuwait, push an ad for a country that is have a high value audience. So not stay in your own market if you don't find any value. For example, يعني it's يعني if you keep people are everywhere. It's not only here in Qatar, for example. They are like, for example, we did one campaign in UK, for example, for the real estate. So it's you need to find always a new audience, if you can say. Like you tried with those audience in your market, they didn't succeed after 1 month. You need to find a new audience that also interact to you.
All right, I think Abdullah, you're you're very
I'm,
aggressive with it. You're a businessman.
I'm
Look
not
for
just like,
new look for new customers,
yeah,
expand, expand,
yeah,
expand. If your current
yeah,
market is boring,
yeah,
activate a new markets, bring them on board. I think
exactly.
that is very exciting, and that says a lot about how like multinationals are always thinking. They're always thinking about the next big market, even if they're dominating whatever markets they're currently in. We have a next question from Ogechi, and I think Ogechi must be in product design, right? And this question that she has is interesting. It's like, what are the most common onboarding mistakes that quietly push users away? So I think you can tell us about just a few of them real quick, and then we'll just wrap this up.
What do you mean common onboarding? Onboarding, what do you
So,
mean?
what are some common mistakes? For instance, a user lands on your sign up page.
Okay.
What are some of those mistakes that happens on that page that makes
Uh,
them go away? Like, oh,
for example, on the mobile, the design is very bad. For example, the button is
I
like,
know one. I know one that I hate so much. Authenticator code does not come in. Pisses me off. But tell
and
us more.
yeah, okay. For example, pop-ups. You have so many ads. Like sometimes some website have so many ads. You see the pop-up of the sign up, then the ad showed and it's block your sign up, and like it's not like very it's engaging. For example, the colors of the button is not very clear. For example, it's very like, for example, light blue, for example, and it's similar to white, or people cannot see it. For example, the scrolling, it's not able to scroll correctly. Honestly, too much animation. Like some people are very obsessed with animation, but at the end of the day, people are going to the sign up eventually. My recommendation, if you're gonna building a website, the animation and the homepage is for the businesses. For example, if you are showing the business to another partner or another business, this is the homepage. But if you want the user to be target, for example, create another page called sign up, log in, whatever. That's the page that you need create an ad for it, or for example. So this is the main part as me as developer what I saw. And believe me, we have 80% of users that are using mobile, 20% are using only desktop. So focus more on the mobile than the desktop design. This
Thank
is
you very much for this very insightful session, Abdullah. You have really, 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 really given us very deep insights. Thank you so much for sharing
my
around product, around business. We are very excited. What's your one last final message to like founders who are trying to build incredible products? One advice, one simple advice.
keep it simple and test a lot. You need to take it step by step. You will not
All right,
create
thank
the perfect product from the first time. Don't be upset.
you. Fantastic. Abdullah, tell us where we can connect with you if like our audience are looking to connect with you.
Mostly LinkedIn. I'm ready to answer whatever question you guys want. I'm ready for help. Thank you
All
all.
right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Abdallah. We appreciate, guys. You've heard from Abdallah. Connect on LinkedIn. Abdallah is ready to hear from you directly. Thanks, Abdallah. Bye for now.
Bye bye.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. It has been an incredible session. And right quick before you go, remember if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you are missing out. This is a good time for you to smash that subscribe button and be the first to know when we have incredible content releases. Okay, and look, we have an amazing website. If you're trying to learn more about the incredible work we're doing at Builders Tribe, you need to visit our website, builderstribe.xyz. You'd learn so much. You see some of the incredible work we've done over the years. You've seen some of the incredible programs that we've activated, our impact, some of the incredible work that we're very proud of. And for the more exciting day-to-day stuff, you can follow us on all our socials, Builders Tribe HQ on Twitter, on Instagram, on LinkedIn as well. Just search Builders Tribe. Just search Builders Tribe would pop up. Okay. On our social media pages, we share exciting content that help startup founders. We share exciting programs that we work on. You get to see some of our events that we have coming up when they are coming up, opportunities as well. We share across our socials as well. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you at the next one. Bye, guys.
Bring that joy.